I'm reading a creator-owned comic every day for a month, and today it's The Band of the Crow by Arvid Nelson and Oren. And the first thing you're going to notice is, look, it barely even fits in the window here. This is an oversized book, and straight off the bat, I'm just going to say you're going to be hard-pressed to find a more professionally produced product in all of comic book crowdfunding. I'm talking about from the printing to the manufacturing. Look, it even comes with this cool dust jacket, to the art and story. It is all 100% indistinguishable from anything you might buy in a store. And I would expect, to pay quite a high price for something of this, both this length and quality. The illustrations by Oren are simply almost unbelievable, beyond the pale. You would expect a book like this it has this hand-painted look. Look at this gorgeous lettering, custom lettering that they've done here with this kind of Lord of the Rings style introduction to the world. You would expect, just pause and let it sit there and sink in. This is the quality that you get throughout the entire thing. And I'm saying you would expect that, okay, maybe it's kind of like a blend between a picture book, story, illustrated novel, and a comic. You got big splash pages, maybe 1 or 2 panels. No, they've got, 5 panels. There are a lot of splash pages, I'll give them that. But, there's a normal amount of comic book panels also on lots of these pages. So I'm just gonna, the amount of work that's gone into this is just astonishing. So that's straight off, it is almost unbelievable. It's the story of, the basic premise is, you've got all these fantasy stories where orcs and elves and giants are the kind of minority races. In this world, that's flipped on its head. The humans are the ones who live on this secluded island, and they're sort of surrounded on all sides by different people that want to get them, and they survive by a magic that was handed down to them through a child goddess called Julian, and that's the Mother of Mercy there. Don't need to get too deep into the lore because otherwise this video would take forever. And also as well, I'm not going to be able to remember everyone's name, so I'm sorry, Arvid, if you're watching this. I can't remember everything about what everything's called, but basically they have this magic, and this is the main character here. Now let me try and remember his name. It starts with a TH3 and hang on, I better find it. Therial. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He is about to undergo a sort of rite of passage where that's how you become a sorcerer. Here we have a sorcerer in action. She's using the shadows to defeat these trolls here. And again, I'm not going to be able to go too deeply into the story, but essentially for 10 years, all these boys train to become sorcerers, and to become a sorcerer, you must go through this maze and get a little sprig of this tree here, and then you'll be able to get what's called a hang on now, it's this thing. They essentially get, where is it, this thing here, a fail, and then they can become a sorcerer. But the thing is, you can go into this maze and some go in and they never come out. And you see here's someone who's having an extended nap in the maze, or what normally, I guess it's like a high stakes driver's license test. You may you may not come out, but really probably the most likely result is you're just gonna have to take the test next year. You're gonna fail or something like that, and that's sort of the stakes of it. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into it, what happens when the main character goes into the maze, other than he comes across, look at this beautiful lady. Well, she's probably not exactly what she seems. Read the story. get it. Again, you're going to be hard pressed to find a more professionally made book than this one in the crowdfunding space. It is superbly illustrated. Arvid is a professional writer. You can trust the writing. I really don't have much to critique. You know, I will say it is a slow burn story, which is surprising given, you know, how long these pages must take to draw. Is just, you can just leave it on that. You know, it is insane. But I love a slow burn story, you know, so I don't mind waiting. If it's going to look like this, I honestly don't mind waiting. And I'm invested now in the story. I want to know what happens to young man. I can't remember his name. Therial. He's, you know, it's, just unbelievable. The what they've accomplished with this. So I look forward to reading more and finding out more in this world that they've built. It sounds very intriguing. It's very interesting and unique. They're kind of doing their own spin on fantasy. So yeah, thoroughly recommend Band of the Crow, oversized book 1. Go out there and grab it. I will see you on the next one tomorrow. All right, bye.